Hi guys, welcome back to a new Boom Beach video. I am here on my low level account and we have the Engineers. Now the Engineers is a proto troop from Boom Beach. Now I don't know if it's a normal engineer or something different, but we're going to be jumping into it, having some gameplay, and I'll be telling you my thoughts on this new proto troop. This is the reason I don't know if it's a normal proto troop or not. The Engineer, I thought, dropped turrets. The turrets you get for the special gumbo ability, one of the worst gumbo abilities. That's the turret we used to have. That's the engineer we used to have. This engineer is holding critters, so that's why I'm a little confused why we have critters, and it doesn't seem like it's a normal engineer. So we're going to be playing with him and seeing what he does and how we can fit him into a troop combination. So he is pretty cheap though, only 8,000. I guess it's 8,000 more gold, so I think it's around normal price for a troop. Okay, let us destroy this and start up another, we'll do a masterpiece and let's jump into some attacks. Now, I think we'll just do Dr. T, that way we start out somewhat easy and work our way up. So let's see what this troop does. They also look a little bit different, their profile picture, so this is going to be interesting. So, okay, it's kind of what I imagined, them shooting out critters. There's a couple things I have questions about. One, do these engineers have a max amount of critters they can deploy? So, will they stop spawning in critters if there's too many critters out there? That is a good question, so we'll keep an eye on that. But so far, it looks like they're deploying 2, 3... Okay, I can't really measure it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just counting how long. So like every 8 or so seconds, it seems like they're tossing out a new critter. That's pretty slow, but when you have a full boat of them, or a full set of boats of them, I mean, it might be worth it. I really don't think it's worth it though, but I am liking the engineers with critters more than I like the engineers tossing the turrets, which was not a good thing. So that makes me a little bit happier, because if you guys don't know, I ranked engineers as, I think it was the worst troop I ranked when I did my troop Olympics, not troop Olympics, my troop tier list. I did a tier list where I ranked all the troops. Engineers dropped into the dead bottom. I don't even think there was a worse troop I ranked than the engineers. I really don't like the engineers, but these new critter engineers, they seem a lot better. Honestly, I don't know how good they are yet, or how good they are with other combinations. Spawning one critter every 8 seconds or so does not really seem like it would help you that much. We'll see though. We're starting to get some rocket launchers, so we'll see if we can defeat this base with the rocket launchers. Now, I probably should also bring medics or Dr. Kavan. Probably not battle orders, but we're gonna boost up my hero anyway to get something extra down, maybe to help out my troops just a little bit more. If I had to give you my honest opinion so far, I would say they are better than the other engineers, but they're still probably a D or C tier troop. It doesn't really seem like these troops would be good with other combinations, and it's kind of the same reason the critter cannons themselves are not crazy good. I would say critter cannons are better than the engineers. They drop way more critters than the engineers, but critters by themselves don't deal damage. They don't do a lot of damage. They do deal some amounts of damage, but you can see here these critters are just really struggling to take down the base. So you can't bring all engineers and expect to defeat players. What you have to do is have some other strong Boom Beach combination and bring 2 to 3 boats of the engineers. If you bring 1 boat of engineers, I don't think it's going to be very helpful. 1 critter every couple seconds or every 8 seconds is very slow. So if I had to give you my opinion, I would say don't really use them. I don't know if they work better with other troop combinations. Let's do a little analysis here and see if any of the top players are rolling with the engineers. Now, if I had to guess right off the top of my head, I would say definitely not. Yeah, we can see they're still rocking the Bombardier combination. We got some Zukas up in here, so yeah, engineers are not making it on the top list at all. So from that, we can see that engineers probably aren't the best troop. So this is actually going to be a little bit harder with the shock launchers here, so I don't really know what's going to happen here. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Let me know down below if you're able to find or create a combination, a troop meta that works better with engineers versus not with engineers, because that honestly is probably the most interesting thing. If you can discover a troop combination that is working significantly better with the engineers versus if you just substituted that boat for a different troop, like more riflemen or more heavies or more bombardiers or more Zukas. Because in my opinion, like, these guys aren't really doing much. You definitely can't use them by themselves. Seriously, one critter is not very good. They look cool though, and I'm glad Boom Beach came out with a new proto troop, because I really do like new proto troops whenever they come out. It's fun to play with, something different and unique. But at the same time, most of the time, the new proto troops we get are just kind of reskins of previous ones, made a little bit better or made a little bit worse. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. It's this combination is not good. The engineers themselves are not that good. But it's fun to play with new troop combinations. I just don't see them ever really being used. I feel like there should be at least 4 in each boat. I don't think they are that balanced. That's like what it comes down to. It's each engineer spawns a critter every 8 seconds. And 2, you only have 2 in each boat at my level. And my landing crabs are pretty upgraded, so if 1, we got more engineers in each boat, or 2, they spawned more critters each, I think this would be a lot better, but I just don't see this being used. In my opinion also, I keep saying that because I want you to know that this is like what I'm thinking right now, and you might change my mind, but I think that proto troops should be really, really strong and just be able to annihilate bases, maybe by themselves or maybe with the support of other troops. I don't really like when they bring out a new proto troop that top players aren't able to use, because they won't be able to defeat bases with them. So that is also something I want Boom Beach to take into account when they develop new troops. Whenever Brawl Stars brings out a new brawler, the brawler is always super overpowered for the first couple weeks, and then they nerf him. And that might be because they're trying to get you to spend money. So before we end the video, let's load up a combination that would work maybe a little bit better with the engineers. We're going to be doing Hookah with 2 boats of engineers and Dr. Kavan, and we'll see what happens. But for Brawl Stars, like I said, it might be because they're trying to get more money. If a really good troop comes out, you're more likely to buy it than if a bad troop comes out, and then they'll nerf the troop later to balance the game out. I'm not sure if that's intentional or they just don't know how troops are going to perform in the overall game meta. I mean, balancing game metas is so incredibly difficult, so I don't envy them at all. Okay, we have 4 engineers, which means we're spawning a new critter every 2 seconds, if it is 8 seconds, which is what I counted earlier. Which is okay. That's okay. It's not amazing though. It's not amazing. So I'm hoping that the 1 critter every 2 seconds is going to be helpful. I think it will be helpful for bases that have a lot of single shot defenses and maybe not so much for other bases. But we're going to regroup here because I'm a little bit worried I'm going to lose my troops. All of my heavies are dead now, and these sniper towers are just going to wreck my Zukas, to be honest. So that kind of sucks, but at least we have these critter engineers dropping a new critter every 8 seconds. I'm just kidding, guys. They really aren't that good, but I appreciate Boom Beach bringing out new troops. It's always good to see new content. And also, I think the month of Boom Beach, or the month of Supercell being outside of Helsinki, their vacation, I think that month is over. I think that was July. So I'm pretty sure the Boom Beach team is back to developing, but we'll see what happens. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was on the shorter side, but there's not much I can do with these troops. But I hope you enjoyed. Please drop a like if you did, and I will talk to you guys in the next Boom Beach video. Bye.